Hi, this is Cheryl. I only lit 2 of the candles because I need one of those longer lighters and mine's out, so I can't light those with a small lighter. So, I don't know, when I put on an Iron Maiden shirt today, I just got this and I cut the neck off again. And to make it like how I want it. And I don't really listen to Iron Maiden too much, but I was listening to him and I was listening to the writing on the wall. And I was going to talk about my painting that I did. It's an intuitive painting. And it does look like it has snakes on it. And I was Googling that. And it looks like it means like shedding your old skin, and letting go of the past and transformation. And when I painted that, I had no idea what I was going to paint. We started with 3 colors, and they were bright colors. And then I was painting like lines across. And then, I don't know, I was drawn to like make swirls. And then that's what came out. So I thought that was interesting. Okay. So today I'm going to do 3 decks. And the first deck I'm going to do is the Osho Zen Tarot. And I cleansed my decks already and put rose quartz on them. Ooh, and they're going to fall. And I did get internet today. They installed it, so that was good. Finally. So my videos should download faster now. Took a while, but sometimes you gotta have patience. And I'm burning a patchouli incense. Okay, we got a few cards. Okay, we got isolation, integration, courage, and slowing down. Okay. Oh, there's integration. The image of integration is into the Eunoia Mystica, the fusion of opposites. It's a time of communication between the previously experienced dualities of life. Rather than night opposing day, dark suppressing light, they work together to create a unified whole, turning endlessly one unto the other, each containing its deeper core, the seed of the opposite. The eagle and the swan are both beings of flight and majesty. The eagle is an embodiment of power and aloneness. The swan is the embodiment of space and purity, gently floating and dividing upon and within the element of the emotions, entirely content and complete within her perfection and beauty. We are the union of the eagle and the swan, male and female, fire and water, life and death. This card of integration is a symbol of self-creation, new life, and mystical union, otherwise known as alchemy. The conflict is in man. Unless it is resolved there, it cannot be resolved anywhere else. The politics is within you. It is between the 2 parts of the mind. A very small bridge exists. If that bridge is broken through some accident, through some physiological defect or something else, that person becomes split. The person becomes 2 persons, and the phenomenon of schizophrenia or split personality happens. If the bridge is broken and the bridge is very fragile, then you become 2. You behave like 2 persons. In the morning, you are very loving, very beautiful. In the evening, you are very angry, absolutely different. You don't remember your morning. How can you remember? Another mind was functioning, and the person becomes 2 persons. If this bridge is strengthened so much that the 2 minds disappear as 2 and become 1, then integration, then crystallization arises. What George Gurdjieff used to call the crystallization of being is nothing but these two minds becoming one, the meeting of the male and the female within, the meeting of yin and yang, the meeting of the left and right, the meeting of logic and illogic, the meeting of Plato and Aristotle. Okay, courage. This card shows a small wildflower that has met the challenges of the rocks and the stones in its path to emerge into the light of day. Surrounded by an aura of bright golden light, it exposes the majesty of its tiny self. Unashamed, it's equal to the brightest sun. When we are faced with a very difficult situation, we have a choice. We can either be resentful and try to find somebody or something to blame for the hardship, or we can face the challenge and grow. The flower shows us the way. Its passion for life leads us out of the darkness and into the light. There's no point fighting against the challenge of life or trying to avoid or deny them. They are there, and if the seed is to become the flower, we must go through them. Be courageous enough to grow into the flower you are meant to be. The seed cannot know what is going to happen. The seed has never known the flower, and the seed cannot even believe that he has the potentiality to become the beautiful flower. Long is the journey, and it is always safer not to go on that journey because unknown is the path. Nothing is guaranteed. Nothing can be guaranteed. 1,001 are the hazards of the journey, many of the pitfalls, and the seed is secure, hidden inside a hard core. But the seed tries, it makes effort, it drops the hard shell, which is security. It starts moving. Immediately the fight starts, the struggle with the soil, with the stones, with the rocks. And the seed was very hard, and the sprout will be very, very soft, and dangers will be many. There was no danger for the seed. The seed could have survived for millennia. But for the sprout, many are the dangers. But the sprout starts toward the unknown, toward the sun, toward the source of light, not knowing where, not knowing why. Great is the cross to be carried, but a dream possesses the seed, and the seed moves. The same is the path for man. It is arduous. Much courage will be needed. Okay, let's see. Isolation. In our society, men in particular have been taught not to cry, to put a brave face on things when they get hurt, and not show that they are in pain. But women can fall into this trap too, and all of us at one time or another might feel that the only way to survive is to close off our feelings and emotions so we can't be hurt again. If our pain is particularly deep, we might even try to hide it from ourselves. This can make us frozen rigid, because deep down we know that one small break in the ice will free the hurt to start circulating through us again. The rainbow-colored tears on this person's face hold the key to breaking out of this isolation. The tears and only the tears have the power to melt the ice. It's okay to cry, and there's reason to feel ashamed of your tears. Crying helps us let go of the pain, allows us to be gentle with ourselves, and finally helps us to heal. We are miserable because we are too much in the self. What does it mean when I say we are too much in the self? And what exactly happens when we are too much in the self? Either you can be in existence or you can be in the self. Both are not possible together. To be in the self means to be apart, to be separate. To be in the self means to become an island. To be in the self means to draw a boundary line around you. To be in the self means to make a distinction between this I am and this I am not. The definition is the boundary between I and not I, what the self is. The self isolates and it makes you frozen. You are no longer flowing. If you are flowing, the self cannot exist. Hence, people have become almost like ice cubes. They don't have any warmth. They don't have any love. Love is warmth, and they are afraid of love. If warmth comes to them, they will start melting, and the boundaries will disappear. In love, the boundaries disappear. In joy, also, the boundaries disappear, because joy is not cold. Okay. I'm going to look and see where this one is. Okay. The last card is slowing down. The Knight of Rainbows is a reminder that, just like this tortoise, we carry our home with us wherever we go. There is no need to hurry, no need to seek shelter elsewhere. Even as we move into the depths of the emotional waters, we can remain self-contained and free from attachments. It is a time when you are ready to let go of any expectations you have had about yourself or other people, and to take responsibility for any illusions you might have been carrying. There's no need to do anything but rest in the fullness of who you are right now. If desires and hopes and dreams are fading away, so much the better. Their disappearance is making space for a new quality of stillness and acceptance of what is, and you're able to welcome this development in a way you have never been able to before. Savor this quality of slowing down, of coming to rest, and recognizing that you're already at home. Meditation is a kind of medicine. Its use is only for the time being. Once you have learned the quality, then you need not do any particular meditation. Then the meditation has spread all over your life. Walking is Zen. Sitting is Zen. Then what will be the quality? Watchfully, alert, joyously unmotivated, centered, loving, flowing, one walks. And the walking is sauntering, loving, alert, watchful. One sits, unmotivated, not sitting for anything in particularly. Just enjoying how beautiful sitting, doing nothing is, how relaxing, how restful. After a long walk, you sit under a tree and the breeze comes and cools you. Each moment, one has to be at ease with oneself, not trying to improve, not cultivating anything, not practicing anything. Walking is Zen. Sitting is Zen. Talking or silent, moving, unmoving. The essence is at ease. The essence is at ease, that is the key word. The essence is at ease, that is the key statement. Do whatsoever you are doing, but at the deepest core, remain at ease, cool, calm, centered. And meditation is very important. I haven't been meditating like I should be. And this morning I did some meditations. And my dad actually got me into meditations because I made a tape for him, like from a book. I made a tape and he played that, and he is the first one that told me about meditation. And next we're going to do the animal spirit. Earlier, after I woke up, I was sitting outside watching the robins, and okay, we got 2. I have some robins that hang around here. 3. They're always the same ones. Beaver and elk. I just like to sit outside and watch the birds and listen to them sing. And Beaver. Hard worker, loyal, tirelessness, family first. The beaver personality is a welcomed sight. These good natures and dependable creatures have infinite love and enthusiasm for family and express it by way of earth element, providing a home, financial stability. Although a beaver doesn't usually initiate a project, once started, they'll work steadily for weeks, months, or years to see it through. The beaver card appears when the task at hand requires your long-term steady effort, and it can also signify that it's time for some karma yoga, selfless service. When in balance, happy, meaningful work. When out of balance, feels useless, worn out. To bring into balance, physical labor, selfless service. And elk. Stable, resilient, headstrong, the father. The great elk represents the earth element in its masculine form. This means it provides underlying support and stability amidst life's many changes. An elk personality, whether male or female, is fully established in themselves and knows their core values. They become known and respected for acting in ways that uphold those values. Sometimes the elk's ego can become inflated, but for the most part, they make damn good fathers, mothers, lovers, and friends. The world needs more elk energy. When in balance, supportive, kind, consistent. When out of balance, pretentious, high, and mighty. To bring into balance, eat and drink more consciously. And that's the animal spirit. And the last deck we're going to do is Soul Truth deck. And I do feel more balanced out today. I'm glad I meditated this morning. Because it's not good to feel too energized or too low. It's good to be balanced out. I mean, energy is good, but it's good to have a balance too. Okay, what if it was easy? It doesn't have to be hard. Call on the universe, the stars, the angels, and all their powers. Find the solution. Would you take the next step if it were easy? It's time to expect ease. Call in grace and receive guidance. You're supported. Today's soul action. List 10 possible ideas for your soul's current calling. Lean into ease. It's here. You just have to say yes to it. And that is that card. And I'm so excited. My video should download fast because I have Wi-Fi now, so I'm so glad. It took almost a month, but that's okay. Okay, thank you so much. And I hope some of this resonates with you, and I hope it helps. I like to try to help people, and thank you so much. Okay, it's not shutting off. Okay. All right. I haven't done this deck. I'm going to do the Atlantis cards. Because when my video doesn't shut off, I take that as a sign that there's more messages. So. Seven Pillars of Wisdom and Contentment. The Seven Pillars of Wisdom. The Temple of Poseidon was built on one of the 7 mountains that represented the 7 pillars of wisdom, or spiritual laws of Atlantis. These remind us that there is no separation from God and shows us how to be masters of our destiny. They also affirm that there is a spiritual working out for all things, order and consequences. This card reminds us that you live in an ordered universe where there's a consequence for all your thoughts, words, and actions. You're guided to claim the power to enhance your life by changing your beliefs, understandings, and patterns. Watch your thoughts and concentrate on wholesome ones to create the life you want. Change your life by following the spiritual laws. And in contentment. In Golden Atlantis, everyone was honored. They were happy to be themselves, so they all enjoyed a sense of deep peace and well-being. Every individual was encouraged to develop his or her gifts and talents and use them to do what they loved most. This produced a feeling of true contentment. because their offerings to the community were selfless. They also experienced the satisfaction of working for a vision beyond the self. This card suggests that it's time to experience a well-deserved feeling of satisfaction. Accept yourself as you are and now acknowledge all your good qualities and gifts. Then breathe in the quiet contentment. This will enhance your feelings of well-being and attract more harmonious situations to you. Be content as you are. And that is good advice. Be yourself. Okay, thank you. Oh, I have it upside down. I'm gonna pull from the energy deck too. Oh, I have some cards mixed in here from another deck. Like now I'm able to tell which decks they are just by looking at the outside of the cards. So I know which deck those cards came from. So eventually I want to get more tarot cards. Just working with what I have right now. Okay, we got It Is What It Is in a Powerful Move. It Is What It is card number 6. And that is, let's see what energy that is. That's earth energy. Key concepts: radical acceptance, engaging life on life's terms, observing circumstances and taking them at face value, recognizing and releasing resistance and denial. What happens when you look at the world? Can you see it exactly as it is or only as you assume it to be? A door closing isn't an invitation to take a battering ram to it. What if there is another door to lead you to your destiny? If you can release your attachment to getting what you want, you'll be surprised how much energy you have for more important things. Liberated from the burden of yearning, you'll have access to what is best for all. Can you try now to accept things as they are and shift your focus and attention until that other door opens up for you? Radically accept life on life's terms. When you stop fighting against it, instead fight for what you truly desire, more of the world becomes available to you. When you're no longer in denial about what is in front of you, you will be empowered to make necessary changes with respect to yourself, your attitude, and your choices. The irony is that real transformation can happen once you surrender to the idea that things are exactly as they are meant to be. If you step back with clarity and acceptance, you'll realize that life is offering you something magical. Even if circumstances send you on a temporary detour, you will discover treasure beyond your imagination and a new way to embrace the world. Keep this prayer in mind. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And 15, a powerful move. And let's see, what energy is that? That is fire energy. So we got earth and fire. Key concepts: action, movement with purpose, effort, putting it into motion your intention, making choices from an empowered and thoughtful place, positive change. The time for rest is over. Change is in the air. This is a powerful time when deliberate action is needed to move your intentions out of the realm of thought and into the material, from ideas into action. How do you approach your relationship to the invisible world as it influences the visible? Do you see the relationship? Do you recognize yourself as a unique, whole, and worthy being who has a special place in this world, whose offerings are valuable, and whose life has meaning? You are a mighty co-creator, so step into that power and see your intentions manifest into the world. Real positive change is possible. When you make choices from an authentic sense of self and take a conscious step toward your dreams, to take steps toward your intended experience, start first with the way you think. Let curiosity be the focus now and display a willingness to discover new things instead of confirming your past expectations. Be open, be clear about your motives and desires, and set your intention. Then step into the magic, just waiting for you to claim it. Traveling, moving, flowing, flying, whatever describes the changes in your life, know that these are called for now. Act with thoughtfulness and awareness, and remember to be true to yourself. What is called for now is doing the thing that needs to be done. All will be better than well. What an exciting time indeed. Okay, now I think that we got all the messages for today. Thank you so much, and I hope some of these resonate with you.